All right. Hey, subscribers for the Devil's Advocates main channel, I wanted to let you know a little bit what's going on tonight. I do have a normal schedule, as you probably know. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I go live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for about an hour to an hour and a half. That's been a normal thing I've been doing and trying to stay consistent on for some time. Tonight, we're going to switch things up a little bit. And that is, we're going to go live as normal at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and so I hope you join me for that. We're getting a little bit better participation on a regular basis on the lives on my main channel, so I want to encourage that. I want to grow that for sure. As you probably know, I simultaneously cast from both TikTok and YouTube at the same time on my 6 p.m. show, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to do that as well tonight. So I'm going to be simulcasting from TikTok and YouTube, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit new, a little bit different. After the show, I'm going to shut down the live on TikTok and YouTube channels at about 6:55-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to start a second live called Devil's Advocates Backstage Pass, aka After Dark. Now let me explain what that is. I have a backup channel. You may not know about it on YouTube. I have a backup channel called Devil's Advocates Backstage. It's more about me personally as a human being and stories about my past and my dad and my wife and my aunt and about me as a person, in case people who are interested in my stuff want to know more about me. And there's only about 17 people subscribed over there. It's a very small channel. But I'm going to use that to separate what I'm calling the Backstage Pass / After Dark Party. And what that is that during tonight's live, I'm going to do it a little bit different. During tonight's live for the public on the main channel, the one you're watching now, right? I'm going to be having a few drinks and kind of slowly enjoying the evening as I talk to you for about an hour about general questions and answers. At 6:55, I'm going to shut off the live. A few of those drinks may be starting to kick in, and we're going to start the after party. The After Dark Party is for 18 only, 18 plus mature audiences. It'll have a lot more vulgarity. I'll have a slight level of drink going on. And I encourage you, if you are like that kind of format where it's a little bit more vulgar, it's going to be a lot more direct. I'm going to answer questions that people ask me all the time and I can't answer on TikTok. Those are questions like, hey, what do you really think? Do you think Luigi Mangione actually did shoot Brian Thompson? And if so, would you still follow him, support him, whatever you do, if you knew he was actually the killer? Are you only supporting him because you think he's innocent? And if you found out he was not innocent, would it change your opinion, and how so? Let me say a thing about that right now. I can't answer those questions bluntly on TikTok, and that's where I usually get those questions. Hey, private message on TikTok, how do you really feel about it? I want to let you know, TikTok monitors private conversations as well. They have bots that will automatically flag certain words. They'll say, hey, like for example, I mentioned a comment where somebody asked me if they thought Luigi Mangione might kill himself in prison. That was one of the questions. And I said something about, I don't think he's suicidal. I immediately got that request in private message flagged by TikTok, and a notice that if you're having problems with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to somebody for help, and here's some links you can go to. They watch the private channel as well. They watch your private conversations. You can get community guidelines violations for what you say in private conversations on TikTok. So it's not private. It's not a private conversation. And so even there, when people ask me questions, I don't answer directly, or I hem-haw around it. But on the Backstage Pass party, the After Dark party, I'm going to let what remaining hair I have down, and we're going to be blunt. So you can ask all the questions that I'm afraid to answer on TikTok on the After Dark party. So I encourage you to participate tonight in the live from 6 to 7 p.m. It is going to be both. I believe it's going to be both Luigi Mangione and Brian Koberger, because I don't have anything specific. I don't have an hour-long show lined up for either one of them, so I'm just going to take general questions and answers. I'm going to promote the After Dark party. I'm going to have a few drinks while we're promoting the After Dark party and taking general questions and answers, and I'll be a good boy on that live. And then around 6:55 p.m., 5 minutes before 7 o'clock, I will say goodnight on the main channel And my wife and I will be online on the backup channel. It's in YouTube, known as Devil's Advocates Backstage. And you can find it now by the link in my profile here on this main channel, or just search for Devil's Advocates Backstage. Hopefully you can find it that way. It just has about 17 followers right now. I recommend you follow it if you like extra content about me personally. Members only get extra content specific to the cases. So let me explain some things. Subscribers on Devil's Advocates are going to get my thoughts on cases. Members only on the main channel is going to get some extra comments and content about the cases I follow. The Backstage Pass is about me as a human being, and is more about my personal stories, my family, my upbringing, my traumas in life, things about me as a man, which indirectly relate to what comes out on microphone. So, the Backstage Pass, you're going to get to see Weekend Lee. The Lee that is unfiltered and isn't watching his language and doesn't really give a flying F. See, that'll, and in the Backstage Pass, that would be on, like Donkey Kong. We'll be a little irreverent. Check us out. Check us out tonight if you're interested. My wife's going to join me for a few things, and we're going to hang out and have some fun. I wish we could play music. TikTok's not going to allow, or not TikTok. YouTube doesn't allow us to play music. They got copyright restrictions for days. They will literally ban my account forever if I try to play even a simple Maroon 5 song or something like that. So while I would love music, and I could do that on Discord, and I'll consider that in the future, we're probably not going to agree on music anyways. So come have a few drinks, listen to your own music, but don't listen to it on a wide open mic, or you'll get my account shut down, because they don't tolerate copyrighted music infringements. All right, that's it. I think you've got enough. Let's see you tonight. Let's show up, have fun, participate, and if you're 18 plus, mature audience, and you're okay with that kind of stuff, join us for the after party.